Good morning, everyone. Happy Final Fantasy Friday. Hopefully, you're doing well. Plomies, good to see you. Hopefully, those that celebrated Thanksgiving, particularly those in the States, hopefully you had a wonderful holiday. We sure did. Had too much food. Way, way too much food, but that's all right. That is a-okay. Sometimes you got to do that. But it was a wonderful day. We my partner and I, we always watch through the Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit, all extended versions, the week of Thanksgiving. And now that there is Rings of Power, we started watching that on Sunday. So we got through that on Wednesday night. Started the Hobbit on Wednesday night, and we got through the first movie, or the rest of the first movie yesterday, and bits of Desolation and Smog last night. So that's kind of where we're at in our journey through the films. So hopefully we can get through Return of the King by the end of Sunday. But it's a lot of fun. It's a tradition that I'm just so much in love with, because there are bits of those movies that you pick up on every single time you view it. There's something new. At least there's something new that we find that we missed or completely forgot about. So it's always important to me, and I would encourage other people to do this too, is view some of your favorite works of art, whether it be movies, TV, if it's books. View them multiple times throughout your lifespan, so that way you kind of see how much you've changed in relation to the work, or maybe your viewpoints have changed, or maybe it just solidifies them too. So highly encourage that. But anyway, we're going to continue with some more Final Fantasy 16 this morning. We went through some really heavy story beats last week with, unfortunately, the loss of our good friend Zidolphus, who was our Rama. So we've kind of gone under the the mantle of Sid here with Clive. Here, I forget how many years later. Was it 5 years later or something like that? So that's kind of where we're picking up the stream here. And Pummies, hopefully you're having a wonderful Friday so far. We'll give you a little bit of puppies. A little bit of puppies before we get going here. But also, since it is a day that I have off of work, we will be streaming again a little bit longer than typical. But not a whole lot longer. Just by maybe about an hour this morning. Because as you can tell, we still have our Thanksgiving decorations up and we need to start now decorating for the holidays. Because I am the Grinch until today. And then today I start to really get into full swing of the holidays and start decorating for Christmas in our household. So excited to start to get into that today. Yeah, they're just sleepy little babies. Sleepy little baby puppies. All right, let's hop on over to some gameplay here. Get a little bit of that prelude music here. Oh, this game is something else. I'm still so surprised that it wasn't nominated for Game of the Year. It has just continued to blow me away with how fun the combat is, to how spectacle driven the cutscenes are, the voice acting, and just in general the acting is just so good. And of course, let me know at any point if I need to rebalance audio, if things are too loud, too quiet, or otherwise.
Last I saw, he was in the mess, as always.
Okay.
Welcome back, Sid.
Otto will want to know what happened in Cosnes. I expect he'll be in the mess. Otto will want to know what happened in Cosnes. I expect he'll be in
Oh,
the
look
mess.
at Sleepy Torgal too. I love that. Also, if people are doing holiday shopping today, hopefully I can keep you a little bit of company while you do that. If you're doing that online, that is. Lots of deals to be had on Black Friday. And throughout Cyber Week next week.
Clive, is everything all right?
Interesting that she calls him Clive instead of Sid, where everybody else is referring to him as Sid.
As hither yon dance autumn winds atop the autumn pier. Of Sid's return the faithful sing across the blighted mere.
Not necessarily my favorite song of the series, but changing the tune. Background music played in the hideaway can be changed by accessing the Orchestrion. The track list is expanded using Orchestrion roles acquired from main scenario quests, shops, or treasure coffers. Cool. Ooh, that's pleasant. I wonder if that's just pure silence. It might be. Yeah, let's go back to this one. I like this one a lot.
Does that one have blood on it?
Okay, we have different folks for items in blacksmith. Oh, does that mean Karen or... Oh, did they... Nope, she's here. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness.
Well, don't just stand there gawping.
Okay, it has been 5 years. Has it really been 5 years since we left that old place? How time flies.
Like it was yesterday.
We're all waiting to treat Sid to a hero's welcome when Kupka's lot turned up. Not that we knew it was them. They just poured in like a plague of rats, cutting down anyone and anything that stood in their way. Blood and bodies everywhere there was, and a voice crying out for Sid to save us in the midst of it all. I'll never forget those cries, try as I might.
You're our leader now, Clive.
Promise me you won't let anything like that happen again. Promise me that come what may, Sid will save us. Oh, that is tough.
Well, you won't hear me complaining.
It's even roomier than the old one was. Got my own stores, my own little counter, and thanks to you lot fighting the good fight, plenty of demand for me wares.
The only drawback.
The constant bloody racket. If it's not Doris and Otto barking their orders, it's Blackthorn and Bardolph banging away day and night.
Still,
If a pain in the ear holds the price I have to pay to be Sid the Outlaw's partner in crime, I'd say I've got myself a bargain.
if you're gonna buy something, be quick about it.
Yeah, we're not going to buy anything. Ooh, that coral sword is
Finished, are you?
pretty nice. Let's equip that. Where was that at again? So the cool thing about this too is if you really like the look of a sword, you can equip a different one. And then you can... Charlie, you okay, dog? He's got these little coughs sometimes. Let's see. No, I'm trying to change the look. Because they have it to where you can change the look of your sword. So if you like, you know, the gear, but you don't want to change the look. I'm just trying to figure out where that was at. Where was that at? You know what, let's spend some abilities anyways, since we're here. Oh, we're just a couple shy of that one. I think we save. I think we save for that. Okay, I know there's a way they told us we could do that. But I'm not quite finding where it's at here. Yeah, I'll have to check that later. I don't want to burn too much time doing that. But there is a way that you can change the cosmetic thing. So if you just want the stats of the sword, but you like the look of another one, you can do that. which I think they introduced, not, you know, Square Enix, but they introduced that in God of War Ragnarok too. The Oath. Created the day Clive pledged his allegiance to Cid, this crystal shard transfixed with twin daggers is a powerful reminder of a promise made, a friendship forged, and a legacy inherited. That's cool. Oh, I like this. This is a wall of memories. This is kind of bugging me. I know there's a way to do this. Tutorial messages. Character appearance. Oh, you have to do it and in a reed stone. So at one of these, you can do it. That's it. Yeah, so if we go to appearance, you can change your weapon appearance. So if you really like the look of another weapon, you can make it look like that, but still have the stats of the other one. And of course you can change Clive, Torgal, and Jill's armor, too. Yeah, I like that they give you that option. There we go. That's how you do it. And I get why they do it that way. Talk to Otto here.
There you are, Clive. Word of your adventures arrived this morning. Victor sent us thanks.
I doubt Kupka will miss the fools he sent to catch me. Not a single one of the bearers we saved showed any interest in coming with us. No one seems keen to join hands with an outlaw. Any news while we were away?
None worth mentioning. Gav's still off keeping an eye on the Republican army. Should be back any day now.
Understood. If anyone needs me, I'll be in the map room.
Still can't work that one out. There must be better places than the hull of a gutted airship to bury your nose in a book.
Yet this is where she's chosen to be. And I'm sure she has her reasons.
Look at Clive's beard.
Have you finished sorting those reports yet?
You can tell it's been a couple years. You're wondering what this new board is behind me, aren't you? All in good time, my furless friend. All in good time. Yeah, this is a new character for us.
Trust I'm not intruding.
Back from your mission? I'm beginning to think your habit of surviving cannot be attributed to luck alone.
I say the same of you. Vivian Ninetails.
I'll have you know that only 4 attempts have been made on my life, and none was especially memorable. So, to what do I owe the honor? Could it be that you've come for one of my lessons?
Is that so hard to believe?
Very well then. Shall we start with the state of the realm? To absolutely no one's surprise, she finds herself at the mercy of armies and outlaws. Well, mostly armies. Though that's not for want of trying, is it, Clive? But the real question is, how did we get here?
Long though Sambrek's dominion over northeastern Storm has endured, recent days have seen the Blight wrest ever more land from her grasp. For which reason she has continued to wage war on her rival across the strait, hoping to claim less blackened pastures. But Odin would sooner pawn his sword than Waloed relinquish Ash. And the Empire pays dearly for every blade of grass bent beneath Sambrequois boots. Little wonder then that Sylvester set his sights on the crystalline dominion, an altogether easier target, possessed of no less ether. It was 5 years ago, while you were busying yourself with the destruction of Drake's head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor. A nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world. Certainly, there is no better place to stage an army. From there, the Holy Empire's reach spans the Twins. The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind. The Holy
I like this recap here.
The Dalmekian Republic, the Kingdom of Waloed, and of course, our friends in Yaran. Who will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
You were born in Twinside. Do you not fear for your home?
Oh, dark clouds are wont to gather over the Dominion. Yet in spite of it all, she has ever endured. And when the storm has passed, I am confident she will remain. Now, as to the matter of payment for today's lesson, complete a simple errand for me and we shall consider ourselves even.
Even? Right.
I guess we had to pay for her TED Talk.
Tomes in the shelves. Tell him it was adequate.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to visit our resident historian.
Man, this world is just beautiful. I still can't get over how good looking this game is. It's just it's so good.
Norseman Harpocrates.
Now that is a name I have not heard for a long time. So long, in fact, I had half forgotten it was mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed, as always.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
On Gods and Men, a heavy leather-bound tome containing the findings of one Anaximander of Canver, a renowned theologian who spent most of his life chronicling Valisthea's diverse religious history.
Ready? Our resident scholar devours books faster than young Tet does lemon tarts. Would that I could do the same. But alas, I no longer possess the necessary constitution for such indulgence, either in words or tarts. That said, I have continued my search for mention of the creature you encountered at Drake's Head. But without access to the great libraries of Oriflamme or the Dominion, I regret that I have been able to find little and less. I am sorry.
Please, don't apologize. I'll send word to our associates. See if they can't furnish you with more books.
I fear it is not more books that I require, but the right ones. Mayhap we look in the wrong places. There are still libraries to the north.
I'll see what I can do.
You are too kind. There are not many in this world who would indulge the whims of a tired old historian.
Not too tired to go filching Kupo nuts, though. Always got a pocket for him. Nicks him off the Moogle.
Hush now. We all know there's no such thing as Moogles.
The twins seem well.
Aye. Yet they laugh far too little for one so young. The loss of their parents weighs heavy on them, however well they hide it. Titan took much from us that night, from some more than others, and the wounds that remain, they are not quick to heal.
Which is why we must give them all the time they need.
That we must. Just as I must give you the time you need to recuperate. Good day, Clive.
Good day.
Oh, what a pleasant individual.
Gav will be back soon. I should get some rest while I can.
Oh, Tome said the hideaway is built inside an airship. Said it was called the Invincible.
Oh, that's a good callback to other Final Fantasy games. Mithril, mineral most mighty. Introduction. Mithril is a material of both passing hardness and luster, and it is these two qualities for which it is valued by the weapon and armorsmiths of the realm. However, there is a third quality of mithril that sets it apart from steel or shell, its durance. While even the finest steel may be melted by dragon's fire, become brittle in frigid climes, or turn to rust if not regularly and rightly oiled, mithril is, once made, eternally unchanging. In this volume, I will explain how one might go about making, shaping, and employing mithril in one's work. Ah, cool. I think there was something up here I could look at. No, guess not. It was just, It was nothing. The Sins of Zemeckis, an illustrated history of the twins, Volume 4, Tales of the Founder, and Mort d'Oliver. So just books. Just books.
Not back a blink and you're already off solving everyone's problems. It looks good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it. What it was like to be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
The scalpel did most of the work. Ah, before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on your desk.
Otto stole us. All right, I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
So that's what happened there. They carved off the brand.
Worthy of a letter.
Once the hall's swept, it's over to the tavern.
Otto was here earlier with a letter from Gav. He left it on your desk. Otto was here earlier with a letter from Gav. He left it on your desk.
The reading table. Reports, letters, and other important missives addressed to Clive are delivered to the reading table in his chambers. New messages are always arriving, so make it a point to check the reading desk upon returning to the hideaway. The Republic's play. The Republican army marches on the Empire at Twinside, and the men of the Rock have been summoned to the front. Something big is brewing, I reckon. I'll see you're done to... Whoa. I'll see you're done to wear upon my return. Gav. Just a strange phrasing of words there.
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kupka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance. The one we've been waiting for.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an icon exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know, but...
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
And Jill is so awesome in this.
He did. He was there. It wasn't an illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima. If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
Do you think he will ever come back?
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does. To a world without mother crystals. To Sid.
Love all the little musical callbacks to the franchise as a whole. It's so cool. I really hope they, meanwhile, really hope they release a vinyl version of this soundtrack, because they did the CD deluxe version, but they haven't released a vinyl version of it yet, so I'm hoping they do that at some point. The Northern Territories.
And so the North is lost.
I knew that the Blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace. But this is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more. The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother, are our efforts in vain?
I pray not. But, seeing that, I suppose it's probably hard not to feel that way.
Master Clive, a moment, if you... my apologies, I didn't mean to... intrude.
Not at all. We were just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
It's Martha, from the inn. She's gone missing.
Oh no.
Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well.
That is not good. The Gathering Storm.
What would make Martha leave the rest?
Something has happened to Martha. We need to speak with Otto.
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive. Something's not right.
Yeah, I would say so.
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastpool, the Empire's been tightening its grip round the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearer.
Enjoy your lurk, Pomies. Thank you for being here this morning. Enjoy your time at the gym. Hopefully it's very productive for you, and you get the right type of workout that you need, but also you don't overdo it because it's Friday, right? But take care. Enjoy the lurk. Thank you for being here.
Was meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing. Complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
Couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses and all.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
All right.
Martha is a survivor. We'll find her.
I agree, Joe.
Welcome back, Sid.
Damn blighted bilge.
Is everything all right?
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry'll keep eating away at the timber like young Tech does our lemon tarts. Suppose a coat of pitch might stave off the rock for a moon or so, assuming we had any pitch, which we don't. Not any bloody more. Doubt the old tub's got more than a dozen runs left in him.
Of course, Obolus. Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland. Without it, we'd be lost.
Well, I'm glad someone round here sees it that way. To make pitch, you need pitch trees. But in case you haven't noticed, live trees are one of the 1,000 things sorely lacking in the Deadlands. Now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere, which is why we'll be needing a suitable alternative. And it just so happens I once heard the thorny pitchers of Curltail Falls cover themselves in a sticky wax to trap birds and beetles and whatnot. Might be enough to tide me over.
Sounds easier than felling a faraway forest. That's for certain.
Okay. Interesting title for that mission. Well, let's go ahead and get this one out of the way first, because we need his skiff to get anywhere. So let's help old Otto out here. Okay, is there an obelisk nearby that? Well, I guess not. So we have to run. Oh wait, that's the main mission. We're nearby this one. I'm guessing we have to probably fight a Coral then.
Easier than felling a forest, I said. The trees don't have teeth.
Oh, I forgot I get the lightning bolts. Oh, gotta learn how to dodge again. Okay, so how does this work? Okay. Use the right stick to aim this thing.
There's a good boy. Sick him. It's over. Help me, boy.
All right, now I remember how to battle. It's always that first battle playing this game that I just have to refamiliarize myself with the controls. Sticky substance found in the pitcher of a carnivorous plant which thrives in the Rosarian lowlands.
I can't imagine Obelisk needing any more than this. Time to head home.
Back to the hideaway. Yeah, Obelisk. I think I said Otto earlier when I said who I was looking for. Oh man, they don't put you down at the dock? That's a shame. Although this is probably the only time I'll have to do this. The other side quests will probably be up there, so... Probably complaining for no good reason.
Well, did you find me some wax?
We did.
Find is one way of putting it.
Ugh. Reeks like a chocobo's arse. Oh, I don't suppose the Argo will mind as long as he stays above the waves.
Argo? So your boat has a name? I didn't know.
Yeah. Same as my old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the Blight came. The boat's all I have left of him. And thanks to you, he'll sail another day.
Like, see, this is why the side quests are so good in this game. Yeah, they're simple. They're dead simple, but my goodness, you know, the contextual value they add is very high. Awarded to soldiers for unparalleled displays of courage on the field of battle. Feeling of accomplishment it enkindles in the recipient's heart is thought to enhance future performance. so do we have one of those attached here already? Oh yeah, let's do the +1. Very nice. Let's go to our main quest at Martha's Rest. See if we can find out where Martha is either being held or where she ran off to.
What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
I'm sorry, Sid. We were too late. The Imperials have already left.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
Let's get you to a physical.
Sid? What said you'd be coming?
I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes.
Yeah.
They're saying the Imperials descended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all our efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey, sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling.
Oh no.
I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Sid.
You do the same.
This is not good.
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
Yeah, as I get further into this game, I'm really not liking the Empire and all their dealings. Not that I was a fan of it from the start, but you know.
You were right, boy.
Oh, Torgal. Best boy. Best boy. Pet again, please.
Fetch!
Company.
Suppose the enemies are probably still at the lower level that they were before. Doesn't seem like it though. One of the things about this game is it feels like the
Look. Up ahead.
The main like bosses are very difficult and just the normal enemies are just kind of so-so.
Martha, are you hurt?
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something.
Tell us what happened.
What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened.
The Black Shields?
The bastards caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds, poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Then they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
Black Shields. Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria, and they fought to defend all her citizens.
Seems a step too far, even for the Empire.
Farewell.
There we go. Still refuse to fight the chocobos. Still refuse to do that. Just feels wrong. Fighters, on the other hand, that's fine.
Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
Blademond Abbey. This is rough.
No.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them.
Oh, you'll pay for those words.
Enemies of the Empire is a serious offense.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long.
I need to figure out my build here. There we are. I mean, if they want to keep soaking up the fireballs that are meant for that guy, that's fine. Alright, let's back off a bit. Oh, no. Here we are.
Well done, Togo. Over here! Farewell!
Ah, they weren't so bad. They weren't so bad. They put on a big show, but
Is that all of them?
I think so.
I think Jill took out one or two on her own. Okay. Reduces gouge cooldown by 3 seconds. That's nice.
I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive.
Let's check out here.
Found her.
The abbot.
The bearers died protecting him, calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are.
Oh.
Every last one.
If only that were true.
This is super rough.
The Black Shields will return. The cullings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Mother to beg Cid's aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Cid! Where are you? Cid!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive.
He's gone. Oh.
He's gone.
We've laid the abbot to rest. But the bearers... they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Oh, this is so tough. This game just has so much heart to it. And heartache, I mean. Aside from the violence and everything, I think just the themes are so heavy that they couldn't help but make this a mature rated game. Oh, interesting. Notorious marks. Every now and then, Clive may encounter creatures larger, faster, and more ferocious than most. While fight or flight is always an option, defeating these notorious marks can earn him not only renown, but also rare materials that may be used to craft new gear or upgrade existing items. Let's see if we can take this one down.
Of course it has. There's a floating eyeball.
Oh boy. Oh, that hurts.
Let's try.
I need to switch out that ignition move. I am not a fan of that one.
Let's try.
Oh, get out of there.
Let's try. Fire and flame! I've heard Torgal. Thanks, boy.
This is a toughie. Oh no, not good.
To me, boy.
There we are. Oh boy.
That's all ready.
I think we'll make it through this one. Maybe. I don't know how that missed. Yeah, that one missed again. Wow. Here we are. Get out of there. Alright, got her stagger. Pretty close. Should have used my limit break, but it's alright. Hey, Nan, welcome in. Happy Friday. Hopefully you're doing well.
Too slow.
Okay, that's how that works. Very nice. Very nice.
You didn't see that coming.
Here I was talking about regular enemies being too easy. Then they dish out one of those to me.
That must be the bridge.
Oh, this story is so heartbreaking.
So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
Jill has very Tifa-esque hair at the time. I know, like, the front styling's a little bit different, but the kind of long hair with the bundle towards the end is very Tifa-like. Make our way back, see how Martha's doing.
Thank you, Founder.
Sorry, Charlie. Puppy dog at my feet and didn't realize it.
And they called themselves our country. No one survived then?
Nope.
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am.
Oh no.
Rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
A thick, oily substance sometimes found pooling in newly formed wounds in the earth, such as the cracks left by tremors or the passing of an icon. Though it burns as hot and bright as any crystal, the liquid has until recently been largely ignored by the people of Valisthea due to the acrid smoke it emits when ignited. So, sounds pretty hideous.
Try not to move.
Oi! You there! You handy with that sword of yours?
Yeah.
You are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? 'Cause a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
You heard me right. Wild birds? Hmm? The big ones?
Well, if they need help, we will help.
Chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travellers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos? Fighting bandits?
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now, they're back, looking to settle the score. Oh, go on then. Don't just stand there. Go and help them.
We will do that. Yeah.
All right.
There's a good lad.
Where can I find these chocobos?
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird in all the world. She's a hero to us locals.
Oh.
Don't worry. You'll know her when you see her right enough.
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you. And give those no-good bastards a hiding from me.
Whiteheart. That's quite a name for a chocobo.
I'm kind of speculating, and nobody spoil this. I'm speculating that that is his chocobo from early game. And it's still alive. Oops. Didn't mean to do that.
A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind. Speaking of brave birds. Looks like they went that way.
You know, that's a good question, Non. It's really kind of a travesty that this wasn't announced for that. I don't think Super Mario Wonder is going to get Game of the Year. I just don't think it's kind of that caliber of game. I could see Tears of the Kingdom getting it, because I think they were saying every time a Zelda game has been nominated for Game of the Year, it's gotten the award. So I could see that one winning it. But my guess is probably going to be Baldur's Gate 3. Just due to the larger impact that has had on the gaming scene. Lots of people playing it and continue to play it. So I would see that Baldur's Gate 3 would probably win. I haven't seen enough or heard enough about Alan Wake 2, even though I'm really excited to play it at some point. And I forget the other ones that were nominated. Resident Evil 4 Remake. I'm on that weird fence that I don't think remakes belong in Game of the Year category, but it was a great game. I played it. Loved Resident Evil 4 Remake, but yeah, I think that's all the ones nominated, right? It was RE4R, Tears of the Kingdom, Baldur's Gate 3, Alan Wake 2, and Super Mario Wonder. So I'd say if Baldur's Gate 3 doesn't win it, I'm guessing that Tears of the Kingdom probably will. So that's kind of my speculation there. And it's award shows, so I think they were saying like 10% of the vote is actually what people vote on online, and then the rest of it is just their panel of people.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
Her? And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Yes.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
All right then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Yeah, we'll hurt you. Okay, they got somebody with the magic, so we need to Oh, Spider-Man 2. Yeah, I forgot that was in the running as well. I feel like the plot on the other games that they listed were simple as well, but at least there's some other nominations for Final Fantasy 16. I think it was in maybe Best RPG, and I know for sure it was nominated for a music category, so I'd be surprised if it doesn't win music.
Nice try.
His grunting is strange here. Yeah, this might feel like cheesing, but you know what? I'm okay with it.
To me, boy.
Oh, wrong one. Yeah, I messed that up big time. Messed that one up big time.
Help me, boy. Let's try.
Here we are. Very nice. See, like some of these are not difficult, they're just tanks. They just have so much HP pool. And they're difficult to stagger too.
You're safe now. White Heart, I presume.
Aww.
Do you know her, boy? That scar.
It is her.
Ambrosia. It is you. You survived.
Oh.
And you found yourself a flock.
I like the little dance it keeps doing.
Is it over? I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, well, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully, they did. And not only that.
Like I said about the side quest, not particularly challenging or difficult or complicated, but just adds so much richness to the main story.
I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mount. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well,
Oh no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon. Told you. And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. The lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are.
I'm guessing we now get to ride a chocobo instead of running around on foot. Because that would be amazing. Yes. Oh, and they got an eye patch for her, too. I love that.
She cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
Ah, a few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry. We'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now. You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you? No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
Must have been my double.
Must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind. Anyhow, best be on my way. Good luck to the both of you.
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you.
The little shimmy is just too cute. It is way too cute. A bespoke saddle and blinders worn by Clive's childhood chocobo, Ambrosia. Raspy, welcome in. After 18 long years, Clive has finally been reunited with his faithful steed. Hold R3 while in the field to summon Ambrosia and X to mount the chocobo. Oh, sweet. Good to see you, Raspy. Happy Final Fantasy Friday. Hopefully you're doing well. It is good to see you. Let's just grab that and be on our way. Oh, sweet. You can battle? Not too particularly effective though, so let's just not. That is cool though. I did not expect that. Kind of wish we had more of a chocobo theme when we're riding one though. Just a little bit quiet for riding a chocobo, you know?
Back to the stables, girl.
Try not to move.
Okay, so I think we need to go back to... Okay, open world map, and we need to go back to the hideaway. Raspy, have you played this yet? I don't think I've asked you that. A wonderful game so far. Wonderful, wonderful game. I'm doing pretty good today. I may have had too much food last night, and so I'm still kind of sluggish today. And I'm probably going to eat way too much for leftovers today, too. And we always get some pies from the local college's culinary arts students. So we did get pumpkin and pecan pies. So I'm not sure what your favorite pie is for Thanksgiving, Raspy, or if you celebrate. But mine is pecan, followed very closely by pumpkin.
None of the curse breakers have returned.
Ah, Clive! Oh, I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
While the two nations beat their shields, the rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor.
I mean, smart. Good strategy.
They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the mother crystals. Four mother crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
An acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rossfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rossfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune, along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
All right, so we go after Drake's Breath. It's interesting that all the mother crystals are named after dragons parts. New facilities. The following hideaway facilities are now available. Alliant reports, the Patron's Whisper, and the Hunt Board. All three are located near Otto in the mess. Well, we definitely got to go check that out. Definitely got to go say hello to the Moogle.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria. That room's as ragged as
So Mather's all right.
Clive, there you are, Kupo. I've been looking all over for you.
What's the matter, Nectar?
The matter is this, Kupo.
The Hunt Board? It's where the Cursebreakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know?
Of course not, Kupo. I knew all that already. And that's why I need your help, as I need not remind you, Kupo, I am the mightiest of all the Moogles, no fiend of the forest or ghoul of the something. So I need you to slay them all, Kupo.
Right. Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war, the last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the Cursebreakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Oh, thank you, Kupo. It's good to have found someone who understands me, Kupo. I'll stay here then. Keep an eye on the billets that get posted on the board, so if there's anything you need to know, Kupo, I'm your Moogle. Okay, well, we've already got one of them. Trader coming by the way of Caer Norvent met with a troop of Cursebreakers traveling in the opposite direction and warned them of a wicked winged harpy on the road ahead, his eyes wild and flickering. Though the Cursebreakers saw nothing untoward on their own journey through their pass, the sound of cackling laughter from the trees ensured that they kept up a brisk pace. Reports have been received of a wild avis of striking size making its nest atop the hill adjacent to Eastpool. Though all efforts are being made not to rouse the beast's ire, it is surely but a matter of time before it needs to feed. I hereby petition any brave volunteers to march to the northern border, that we might cut the fiend down before it makes trenchers of the nearby villagers. Or villages, rather. Okay. Belphegor and the Angel of Death. I'm guessing Angel of Death might be easier. Okay, so that's where we need to go. Wonder if it'll show us those marks on the map. Let's see, we need to talk to Gav, but where is Gav exactly? Oh, and there's a side quest down there. How would I even get down there?
Your uncle always seemed a kindly soul, if a little eccentric.
It's alright. Eccentric isn't bad. Alright. Where is Gav? Okay, yeah, let's go see if we can find that side quest. Alright, there's got to be a way to get down there from here.
I think it's alright to touch him.
Aha, here we go. Okay, this place is a lot larger than I initially thought. This is cool.
Won't be long now, Martel. Sid, I was hoping to speak to you.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just, well, as you know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she died, and now the fruit's finally ready to eat.
Aww.
Not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway. You couldn't take them some, could you?
Yeah.
Seems better them coming from you.
Yeah, we can do that.
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news for a change.
Oh, thank you. She always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else gets some. Here you go. Martel apples, they're called, in honor of her memory. You hear that, Martel? Today's finally the day.
I love the side quests in this game. Like I keep saying, they're so simple, but they provide so much context and joy and flavor and just all sorts of emotions to this game. So I'm happy to do little fetch quests and little tiny hunts and all these little things.
Did you come through the forge today?
And you say Sid built this place?
So Mather's all right.
You two look like you could use something to eat. Here, courtesy of Martel.
Martel. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was. An odd sort, that one. Loved plants more than people.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked? Wait,
These aren't those apples, are they? Well, I'll be. She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Sid.
The other one is where? Oh, up here.
A gift from the backyard. For your service.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd nab them right from the branch, make Martel livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Sid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves, were you? Hang on. These aren't Martels, are they? I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the Deadlands. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
Not so much as a thank you. Well, I've got some manners at least. Thanks, Sid. You can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our compliments to the gardener, won't you?
Absolutely.
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
Them old apples were enough to curdle your gut. But these beauties are as sweet as you like.
I'll have to pay the boys down in the backyard a visit to tell them thanks.
Head back down there. Yeah, this place is huge. And it doesn't look like it on first play here. Hey, Shadow. Welcome in.
Sid.
Happy Final Fantasy Friday. Good to see you. I suppose it is probably no longer morning in your time zone, but I'll still say good morning. Happy Friday. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're doing well. I do have the day off today, so I'm going to be going an hour longer than typical. This game is just a delight. And these side quests are just
The Curse Breakers send their thanks.
So emotional.
And their compliments. They were clearly very fond of Martel.
They remembered her. After all these years. I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. You were one of the good ones, Martel. Why did you have to die? She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree. Martel lives on through the fruit it bears.
And through you. Her dream would have died with her, had you not kept it alive. That's something to be proud of.
I didn't do anything really, but thank you. You're kinder to me than I deserve.
By the way, Otto's expecting some of your crop. And I wouldn't mind some of it either, if that's not too much to ask.
Of course not. I'll see that you're both well provided for.
I think his words.
Like your fruit, Martel? Isn't that wonderful? I'd say it's about time we planted you some siblings, don't you think?
I think his words are what I would say to you, Shadow. Kinder than I deserve. You know, I saw, you know, I kept thinking about that as, you know, you guys were posting pictures of Marabou in Mattis Discord. And I'm like, we need to be able to react with a Marabou. So I initially messaged him just for the idea of just adding it to the Discord server. I didn't know he was actually going to put it on stream as well, which is really cool. A basket of slightly stunted, somewhat sweet apples grown from the blighted earth thanks to the dedication and perseverance of one woman, Martel. May she rest in peace. Still, we'll grow something worth eating one of these days, and when we do, you'll have first pick. How sweet. How sweet is that? And we definitely don't deserve dogs. I agree. They're too sweet. Let me see here. Whereabouts is Gav at, anyway? Oh, I think we just... Okay. We have to do this main quest. Hawk's Cry Cliff. From these heathered highlands, one might catch a glimpse of Rosalith Castle and everything else in between. Southern Rosaria.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past.
And now she needs to face hers.
If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
Yep.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
To the end. Oh, Torgal boy.
Come on.
Marabou fits into his adult harness now. He's enjoying his walks a lot more. I would imagine. Bloodlines.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Yeah, Roxy, when we take her for walks, she needs a harness because she gets too excited and pulls at her, like if the leash is attached to her collar, she just pulls at it too much. And she kind of chokes herself, so she needs a harness when we do the WALK thing.
Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! Thought they were loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn.
Yep, we need to take these guys out.
It would be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the...
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There've been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, the Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Yep.
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. to be dull as a sack of stones to think.
Alright, and where is our other villager? Right here?
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think there was a Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out.
Yeah, we do need to find out.
Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pole.
Then we shall be on our way.
Yep. Unable to protect his citizens.
These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
It's usually how it is bought.
It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Fly, Ambrosia.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Ever since the apothecary, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The Mother Crystal's collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
There we go. I like how these things are kind of like a weird mix of like stone and magic that makes it feel like robots or like tech. It's pretty cool. Magical animus, indeed. indeed. The gameplay is just so fun in this. I wish it was available cross-platform for people to play. Because it's just such a smooth game. Wait. Almost missed that over there. Here's our black shields.
More of my mother's men.
It is tough. I've played so many JRPGs at this point that it's tough to not explore every little nook and cranny of a game out of fear of missing the good loot. Looks like the only way is to drop. Also looks like there's some stuff over there that I can't get to at the moment. Oh, we got a pet Torgal. Come on. There we are.
Torgal.
What a good boy. He's missing years of behavioral conditioning, yeah. Good old JRPG will do that. And it felt like it was especially true in the PS1 era of Final Fantasy.
And still wet.
Where you could lose out on some really important weapons and abilities.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
No, we weren't.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel.
Yeah.
Why then? We owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Okay.
Say that again.
Then you'll die by your swears, then.
I'll show you a true shield of Rosaria.
The trick is to take out their magic folk first. But your mind was so bad for checking every nook and cranny that it took him hours to clear the Helgen? Or Helgen in Skyrim? I have not done a full playthrough of Skyrim yet either. I started it at a friend's house back when it first came out, and then I never had time to play further.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message.
Oh, it's at the start of the game. Okay.
Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordil. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Lucy is snoring so loudly. Not sure if you guys can hear that on the mic. And Charlie's in the room, but he insists on being at my feet. So, looks like Charlie sightings on stream might be pretty rare. Yeah, if there's only like 12 things to get and it's taking hours, that could be pretty rough. It's maybe a little too thorough of a search.
Death.
Oh, found her.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone?
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
It's too far. It's too much.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it.
Or maybe just end it, you know.
We should go.
Maybe understanding the madness is not what you're meant to do.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
And Shadow, hopefully you're feeling better as well.
Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosabeth.
Hopefully you're on the mend.
Back to the stables, Carl.
Didn't happen to come by way of Oldhill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
Oof. That's pretty rough.
I did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down.
In honor of the 250th anniversary of the founding of the Grand Duchy of Rosaria.
Whoa.
Still got a bit of a productive cough, but otherwise fine.
They're all rosary.
Yeah, I know when I had it recently, it's just the cough just kept going and going. For like a couple weeks for me.
You'll find no succor to the South Travellers, nor beyond the Buet. The Empire has seen fit to banish us from our own land.
Ready?
That is good to hear. I'm glad that cacti is back to normal too.
Run like the wind.
And that you're on the mend most of the way there. You know what? This just feels like too much of an open area not to search. Silken Strand.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better.
See this background kind of ambient, it's not music, but the noise sounds a lot like the
That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
the ambient noise that they had in Final Fantasy 15 when the enemies were nearby, like when like an airship was overhead or something. It had a similar ambient noise going on. Not sure if you played 16 or 15 Shadow, but you know, I enjoyed it for what it was. And I played it at release too, but I will say the Royal Edition, or whatever they call it, is much better.
Voice-ridden dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
Fuck off!
Definitely recommend it. The storyline in the last like quarter of the game is quite good.
Chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all! I said, where were you, filth? Back to your stalls! Cut you down where you stand! Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in.
Or we can just battle our way through.
I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble.
Ah.
The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
Probably not.
As long as it is abandoned.
Yep. The black light burns.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
Fly, Ambrosia!
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Okay, can't go that way.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
I guess we won't.
Or not.
Alright, where's this magic wielder at? Oh. Here we are. Yeah, I keep forgetting to change out that ignition move, so let's go ahead and do that between battles here.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died.
Oh, hey. I think we know this guy.
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
I'll be.
We can speak inside.
Except for Jill. Jill wears whatever she wants. But yeah, it does seem like red team is good.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord.
But in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Wait, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
We'll help then.
Yours and ours.
Yep.
We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
Excellent. So, a little bit of a story.
More than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
A little bit of a story background on that one, Shadow, is that the mom kind of betrayed the Duchy of Rosaria to the Empire of Sandbreak. And the mother was very, very just all in on only caring about that her sons were the dominants. And so his brother Joshua was the dominant of Phoenix. And at that point, Clive had not become a dominant of anything. And so she was very much shunning Clive and just all about making sure Joshua is safe and all that. And so all she cares about is power. And so it sounds like she's trying to make sure that her new son with the Emperor is somebody that's chosen to be a dominant, I'm guessing is what she's trying to do. And again, all in the sake of power. We're going to switch our ability here too. Let's go ahead and do that. This ignition move is not quite what I want. Heat wave, that looks pretty cool. What are the Will of the Wykes? Kind of still really like the Rising Flame. Yeah, there we go. We learned that. What else can we learn? Rook's Gambit. That's pretty nice. Ooh, I would like that. I should learn that one next. And Judgment Bolt would be pretty cool too. Let's save our points for those. And it looks like I can equip the Flames of Rebirth here. So we'll give that a try. Hey dude, it has been good to see you. Hopefully you have a great rest of your shift and have a wonderful day and also a great weekend ahead of you. Good to see you, Shadow. Please take care. Always good to see you. And make sure you tell Cacti hi from us, and also give Marabou all the belly rubs.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge, and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills.
Nice, he's got a strategy.
Allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Oldale have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Yes, let us grant them peace. Oh, throughout the main scenario, Clive will often be joined by various companions who are keen to lend their assistance. However, depending on Clive's destination, they may choose to remain behind at the hideaway. Okay. Well, that's cool.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
I got me sideways.
Come along now. There they are. On your command, my lord.
You deserve a rest.
Alright. Let's take them down.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Yes.
You presume to tell us?
Absolutely we do.
Pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields. Then come! Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
For Azaria!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Alright, one down. Oh, looks like the other spellcaster is down too. Sweet. Now we get to do what we want. Well, that move was amazing.
Another wyvern to fight their battles for them.
Oh, cool. I am Thunder. Discharge 50 Blind Justice Lightning Balls, excluding... Oh, cool. There we are.
More dragons.
Works. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Farewell.
Not bad. Oh, now we have a big old dragoon.
Albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point.
And that would be
Is in dire need of cleansing.
cleansing from you, maybe. Oh boy. Oh, no. That was a big mistake there. Oh. Good gravy. Should have stocked up on potions.
Get him! I'm hurt.
So wait.
There's no one
Nice.
to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him?
Let's try.
Here we are. Stagger on. There we are. There we are. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Many have tendered explanations as to how Imperial Dragoons are able to leap to such absurd heights. From the power of prayer to a strict diet of hare, toad, and crickets, but none save the knights themselves know the truth. Whatever the secret, it is plain that heavy plate would only prove a hindrance, and so the Empire equips its dragoons with armor forged from lighter than linen mithril. This link is part of a vest that would have been worn beneath the breastplate. I think we've read that description before.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. My, Lord.
Yeah.
Perhaps this
Lord.
will be enough to stop the Cummins. For the time being, at least.
I would hope so.
Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it. As we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
That is cool. So far we've met at least 3 people that we presume to be dead after the happenings at Phoenix Gate, and that would be Joshua, Ambrosia, and now Sir Wade. Not sure anybody else could have survived, so if we do see anybody else, that it would be a genuine surprise.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though
Hey, Joe, good morning.
he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
I'll have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter.
Change of clothes?
It's the mark of the Guardians.
Ah.
Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
Okay. The burnt blade from Wade.
With pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Yep. I agree.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
Thanksgiving was quite good, Joe. Hopefully you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'm still kind of dealing with the food hangover, if you will. Just ate way too much last night, and I'll probably eat more today. We have tons of leftovers, so I always like the cold turkey sandwich leftovers, and it's really just pretty much everything from Thanksgiving piled onto a sandwich. with like a little bit of mashed potatoes, a little bit of gravy, a little bit of cranberry, and some crunchy chips in there. And oh my, it's too much. But hopefully you had a wonderful day. And there's plenty to be thankful for this year for sure. But hopefully you had a wonderful time, either with family, friends, or anybody you chose to celebrate with. Port Isolde, the Imperial Province of Rosaria. The Rosfield Manor.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Well, hopefully Uncle recognizes you.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago.
No, he didn't.
And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue.
What?
You would mock me as well? It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head. Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint and the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit.
I like this because this is
The good plates, Rutherford.
pretty much the only lasting relative that Clive has, besides his mom, that,
So you're right.
you know, is murderous anyway, so this is pretty cool. Taylor's parents came to our house, and we cooked the meal and lunch with them, and then in the evening, oh, Tomso came over. That is cool. And his partner were home from New York. That is very cool. Met the animals, chatted for like 4 hours. Yeah, that's always good when you can do the big catch-ups with friends that you haven't had for quite a while. A lot of leftovers. I made way too much smoked Gouda mac and cheese. Well, that sounds like a good problem to have. Like a really good problem to have.
Did you?
Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
But that's not what Thanksgiving's about, though, right? Eating healthy. It's a tough thing around the holidays. It's like you do, like, at least me. I do a lot of not good eating, basically from Thanksgiving until New Year. And then spend the rest of the winter trying to shed those pounds before spring arrives.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
Yep.
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about today. It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
I am loving this scene a little too much. Might be buying bikes soon. I haven't had a bike since I was a teenager. Prepare to enjoy it way more than you think you will. Because that's kind of what happened when I got a bike. Because I got mine in 2018. And I definitely enjoy it a lot more than I thought I would. And the other thing I would recommend, get a helmet. I always wear a helmet when I ride, because you can, heal from a broken arm, broken leg, for the most part. But you can't unscramble the egg. So definitely wear a helmet is my recommendation. And then be prepared for sticker shock. When I was younger, I had no idea how much bicycles cost. And even just a modestly priced one is at least a few $100s. So be prepared for sticker shock.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Her past.
Monsters.
That's what's on her mind.
When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could.
Oh.
And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused.
For chill.
And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Yep. Sorry, I'll get caught up on chat here. So you did the pricing. Okay, that's good. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with what you could probably get at Target or a similar box store, but the problem is the maintenance. Those bikes just don't have much for parts, and they wear out quickly as well. So it's like you either buy an inexpensive bike and just replace the bike
Only the founder knows what it was.
frequently, or you get a
Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
more costly bike that you just maintain. So it's kind of a dual system there. Either one works, but I would prefer the second one over the first.
Back again, Lord Rosfield. I'm touched that you should find me such good company.
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on this occasion.
Ever the charmer. What will it be today, then?
The Iron Kingdom. I need to know what to expect.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath, then, I take it.
Indeed.
The mother crystal that rises from the boiling sea. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move. As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the Mother Crystals sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity.
Aha.
A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Drustanus, home of Drake's breath, and plucked it from the duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island. And with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity.
Yeah, so it's kind of playing out a lot like basically like a Final Fantasy Game of Thrones. I've felt this way through the entire playthrough so far, is that it's very much like a blend of Final Fantasy and Game of Thrones story-wise, and then the gameplay is very Devil May Cry adjacent, kind of like, it's almost like Final Fantasy VII Remake and Devil May Cry had a gameplay child.
The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drustanus the holiest of holy grounds, from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drake's breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill.
Yep.
I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal. But thank you all the same. Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
And I agree with you, Joe. Pretty much all the characters in this game are far too attractive.
I didn't take you for a scholarly van.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Yep.
Where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first ton of worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Sure.
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine. I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
Yeah, gotta have those unrealistic Final Fantasy beauty standards.
We'll be over soon.
You ready?
I think so.
Jill. When you told me you had to come to terms with your past, you weren't talking about destroying Drake's breath, were you?
Nope.
No. I spoke of Imran, the leader of the Crystalline Orthodox. The man who made me do all those unspeakable things. I'm going to kill him. It's what I need to do to put the past behind me. What I need to move forward. And I know that I can do it. If you're there beside me.
Always.
And I'll be beside you, too. We'll bring down the Mother Crystal together. All while Sid looks on.
We'll make him proud.
All right. Well, let's make our pilgrimage here. The Boiling Sea, Western Storm. Now, is it actually like boiling in temperature, or is it just boiling due to, you know, like the wave patterns, or it's the... I'm just curious.
Useful trick. Freezing and thawing the spray to make mist. How did you learn to use your powers like this?
The Masters made me do it. When the Crusaders took to the seas, to keep the fleet's movements from prying eyes. I'm fine.
No, you're not.
I'm guessing this,
This may be the only chance I get to go back. My only chance to put things right.
use of ability exacts a toll.
Whatever the cost.
All right.
There she is. The Iron Kingdom's Mother Crystal.
Drake's breath.
Of course it would be fire-based. Drake's Breath, the Iron Kingdom.
Strong currents, sharp rocks, and ether floods. Let's not forget them. This island is a natural fortress.
But safety breeds complacency. Allowing a single rowing boat to slip in unseen. The sanctuary is inside the mountain. If we follow the old trail, we should be able to enter by the back gate.
All right. Let's go.
Fire and ice. Clive and Jill. Let's go ahead and make sure we save here, just in case we get to a spot up here that we can't.
I always imagined when I came here it would be to reclaim it.
It used to belong to Rosaria, didn't it?
Once, though it's been in the Ironblood's clutches for far too long.
As was I. For 13 years, this rock was my home. I know its secrets only too well. This path was abandoned after an ether flood. They don't guard it anymore.
The perfect little shortcut. They're all Akashic.
The ether flood must have spread. It was never as bad as this before. And the only way past them is through them.
Those dang mosquitoes. Oh, it's a hornet. It's not a mosquito at all.
Too slow.
Here we are.
Was that an earthquake?
They happen all the time. That wasn't even a bad one. It's nothing to worry about.
I love how the reassurance is that it happens all the time.
Finished.
No big deal. Nothing to worry about. Jeez, Turley. The dog is way too under my feet this morning. I had to shift my leg and... Poor Jill keeps getting hit by that one.
Let's try.
There we go.
Over here!
The old arboretum is just up ahead. We'll enter the caves from there.
Don't like how they're stocking me up on stuff. I also forgot to buy more potions at the hideaway when I was there. It's a rookie move. Let's see if we can get past this. There's definitely going to be a boss here.
Ugh, look at this place. What a mess.
Wait.
Yep. I was kind of expecting a Marlboro.
It's turned.
Nothing a shield of Rosaria can't handle.
This one.
Be sure to keep clear of it.
Oh, it's not just bad breath, it's worse breath.
That's foul.
Don't breathe it in.
Okay.
I've heard topical.
Oh, its stagger gauge is moving from the other direction. I was looking at the right side of it, and it was barely moving, or not at all. I'm like, oh no. Never mind. Oh no. Don't want to stick around in that. Oh no. There we go.
To me, boy. No good. Come on.
Oh wow. You're doing very awful. Run. Here we are. Can't hit us here, so... Not much good to do there other than just dodge, dodge, dodge. Oh boy. So this game isn't much on the status ailments like other Final Fantasies are. I'm used to being just completely bullied by these when we get hit by the bad breath. Put a big hurt on it. Oh, rocks. We're almost done. We're almost done, puppy dog. Hey, Wimpy. Good morning, dude. Happy Final Fantasy Friday. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you had an excellent Thanksgiving.
I still can't believe they can jump. Don't these things have roots?
Thankfully, I had that to help out. We're not doing too good health-wise here.
Nice try. Too slow.
To me, boy.
I hate this move. Oh boy. We're not doing good here.
To me, boy. I'm hurt, Torgal. Help me, boy. Help me, boy.
Run.
There's a good boy.
me, boy! Well done.
Boy. Shouldn't be standing in that.
Help me, boy. To me, boy. To me, boy. Help me, boy. Nice try.
Please let this stagger him. There we are. We are not in a good way. Oh boy. Come on. In such a bad way here. Yes. Oh. That one was down to the wire. That one was so close.
Press on.
Yes.
Can you let me save first? All right, unfortunately, that's probably where I have to end it today. I do have to end by 8 o'clock this morning, Central Time, of course. But very much looking forward to continuing Drake's Breath here next week. See what happens and see if we can redeem Jill's past, because this story is just... it is so good. It is so dang good. Hopefully you had a great time here this morning. If you like what I'm doing here on YouTube, feel free to drop a like and a subscribe. Both of those are free to do, and they help out the channel immensely. And I will definitely hop over here, give you some puppy cam before we end things today. And they are very much ready for some breakfast, I think. Just a quick heads up on Twitch, anybody that's live over there, in case you want some more Final Fantasy XVI. I know our friend Prince Leo is currently on his first playthrough as well, and you can find him right here. And also anybody from the stream team I'm on, I believe this is my command for that. There we go. Yeah. So feel free to visit anybody part of the Treppies stream team. They're all very, very into Final Fantasy games, so you can't go wrong visiting any of them this weekend. Oh, Lucy. And Charlie's actually on camera. He's been very elusive all morning long. So we'll be back with more Final Fantasy XVI here next week, bright and early. And, you know, we may have some more holiday theming going into the next stream, so please be on the lookout for that. So that'll be on the very first day of December. Otherwise, we do also stream on Twitch on Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central, and we'll be continuing more Elden Ring on Monday, and then we may have to switch our schedule a little bit this week with some happenings going on, so I'll be sure to let people know in terms of that reschedule. But definitely thank you all for joining this morning. Very, very, very appreciative of you swinging by. And with that being said, please, everybody, take care of yourselves, okay? Stay hydrated. Don't be late to work or, anything because you're playing too much Final Fantasy 16, or do. It's a glorious game, and I recommend everybody try it out. Take care of each other. Little kindness goes a long, long way. And until next week, where we continue our journey with Clive, Torgal, and Jill, have a fantastic Final Fantasy Friday. Cheers, friends.